There were some truly fantastic aircraft during World War II. Some true great fighters, as many would say. Like the Spitfire, like the Mustang, like the Bf-109, like the Yak-3. However, they were not all fantastic. There were some pretty big stinkers in real life as well. No, this isn't one of them. Today we're going to see how well exactly they perform in War Thunder. We have a little list of different fighter designs from various nations that fought in World War II. And, well, how bad can it be? Surely they're not as bad as they are in real life, right? So first off, we have the F2A Buffalo. Yeah, not a particularly good aircraft. I mean, you could argue that any plane going up against the Japanese in the first year of World War II, well, they were not in for a fun time. And the Buffalo was no different. In fact, the Buffalo was arguably the pinnacle of disaster. Whereas some things like the Airacobra, the P-40 Warhawk, and the Lightning could do well, as well as the Wildcat. They could do well if you had a pilot that knew what he was doing. He could hold his own against the Zeros. The Buffalo was definitely giving you a permanent disadvantage when going up against the Japanese. Luckily in-game, though, it isn't actually that bad. I still don't play it very often, but people tell me all the time the Buffalo is seriously underrated. I'm like, are you sure? Are we talking about the same Buffalo? Turns out we are. But hey, we're going to see if we can actually do well either way. It's surprisingly agile, because the Buffalo was quite infamously not agile in real life. It was also quite difficult to control, relatively speaking, and it was just a bit of a brick. And as you were finding out, these 109s are having a whale of a time, absolutely chewing me up. Oh my god, there's a lot of them. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, not the best run there. I mean, this is usually the Buffalo experience in the Pacific. Maybe we should give it another go. Let's try this again. I'll try not to have 2 games for every plane I play, because there are a few. We have a short list, remember, to get through. But playing the Buffalo at 2.3 kind of just boggles the mind with regards to the other planes at 2.3. I mean, the P-40 you can sort of understand, but I always saw the P-40 as more of an equivalent to the Wildcat rather than the Buffalo. And the Wildcat is definitely better than the Buffalo, at least it was in real life. In game, I think the first one is the same battle rating as the last Buffalo. But there's a friggin' Corsair and a Hellcat in this game, which means we have been up tier, but the first Corsair is only 2.7, and God alone knows why. It's a Corsair, and we're in a Buffalo. So, yeah, we'll see. We have more pesky 109s to deal with. So luckily, the Corsairs are not on the enemy team. But that doesn't really guarantee anything. How well can we do against these 109s? Now, they're 109Es rather than 109Cs, so the competition is a little bit stiffer. Okay, chewed him up a bit. We've got a 109E3. Yellow-nosed bastard. Here we go. And the turn rate has begun. Okay, so we have this guy who's definitely more keen on destroying us. The other guy's a bit too damaged to do anything about us right now. So we're going to deal with the actual threat first. If my aim doesn't want to suck today, we have a Dornier 217 coming in. Should really keep an eye on him. Alright, I've got a limited window to finish this guy off then. Severe damage. Okay, well, that will have to do. I'm about to get jumped. Holy moly! Want to stay away from that guy's guns. He has many guns. Many guns indeed. And here comes the parade. More 109s. More 109s. And an Italian for good measure. Okay. Like I said, the Buffalo is reasonably agile in this. I don't know why. I think they might have... Oh, dear. Okay. Well, like I was saying, they're... You know, I feel like the Buffalo might have received a fairly generous model in-game. But hey, it wasn't enough to save us from the 190, which, well, based on the fact that it's a 190, doesn't really surprise me. The next worst fighter of World War II that we're playing is the Lag-3. Now, the Lag-3 has a bunch of different variants in-game, but it was really a case of just pick any version, because none of them are particularly stellar. I will, however, probably most likely see the Lag-3 getting more defenders than the other vehicles that I try out, because, well, the Lag-3 did actually score a reasonable number of kills. It had its fair share of aces, but that was almost certainly down to the pilot's skill rather than the quality of the aircraft. If there was something Russia was famous for in World War II, it was definitely not their quality. And yeah, a lot of the Lag-3s were very poorly built, and the ones that were built properly We're very underpowered, fairly stiff to control, and we're definitely going to be feeling that. I'm feeling it now already. This thing is not a quick climber at all. So, yeah, fun times in the lag. Anyways, unlike the last game, we have now been fully up-tiered, so goodness knows how well this will go. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I am a fairly skilled pilot. This one, however, is not personally my jam. It is actually a plane I like, as in I'm interested in it, but one I'm good in, not so much. So we're going to give it a go anyways, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm already seeing better aircraft like that Airacobra and that Lightning. And honestly, even the Buffaloes might give me a run for my money, to be honest, because at least they perform well in game, whereas the lag doesn't. But we're gonna give it a go. On the plus side, we do have reasonably powerful armament if I can actually hit it. Good start. And now you're gonna start to see that fairly stiff nature. Yeah, that Buffalo is able to stay away from my guns, basically. Come on. Come on. Yes! Okay. In short bursts, these guns do hit pretty hard. You just got to watch out for the ammo count, because it isn't a lot. Come on, Mr. P-40. Let's turn and burn. And I missed. Wonderful. Okay, well, we're going to keep trying. Oh, come on. Okay, we've got a hit. This thing also completely falls apart in a dive. Like, when you start to approach its max speed, the turning is horrific. Absolutely horrific. Like, oh, that's good. Okay, we'll take that. Oh, hello. Holy moly. Maneuver kill? Oh, come on. Don't tease me like that. Well, we're going to get revenge anyway. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. This is a proper furball. Look at this dogfight. This is insane. Alright, come on. Ah. Oh, I was hoping I could get the Wildcat. Whoa, good thing I turned when I did, though. Okay, we're going to have to... Oh my god, there's a lot of them. Look how many there are. We could use some backup. I feel like even the best planes would struggle in this scenario here. Come on. We are going fairly slow. Oh. We got a hit. Is that the Spitfire? It is that Spitfire. I feel like he's going to be the death of me. And based on the amount of damage we've taken, holy moly. And yep, that is critical damage. Oh dear. Yeah. Definitely superior enemy numbers there that brought us down. But we gave it a good go. We gave it a good go. That wasn't too bad. What was that, 2 kills maybe? It was 2 kills and probably room for a couple of assists. But the fact that this P40F, for example, is only 1 battle rating higher, yeah, I'd much rather be in one of those. What else do we have on the team? Another P40. I'd rather be in that. Probably wouldn't rather be in this. And, wow, yeah. We've been fully up-tiered indeed. We have the Moraine Saunier MS410. Now, I was originally meant to use the MS406, but I didn't actually have it unlocked, because that's just how much I love low-tier France. So we've gone with the MS410, which is the next best thing, and was also just as bad, I guess. The MS410, well, is French, and this list wouldn't really be complete without something French on it. And so we have our representative of the Battle of France, the MS410. And yeah, it's kind of crap, to be honest. I mean, it has to be in order to make this list. Unlike the Buffalo as well, the MS410 is bad both in game and in real life. Yeah, it's sluggish. It gets barely any ammo for its cannon. And it's ugly as all hell. I mean, look at this. It's like a weird fish, but not a cute fish. Like a stumpy, derpy looking fish. And despite us only getting 1 kill, we've burnt through most of our cannon ammunition. But what about those 4 machine guns, I hear you say? Well, those 4 ratty 7.5mm machine guns are not particularly lethal, as you'll probably find out when I engage this Wildcat. Another plane I'd much rather be playing. Ow. Okay. We've also got an Italian on our tail. I could use some backup. We have 3 rounds of cannon. Wonderful. Okay, the Italian's given up for now, but this Wildcat, it's easily able to keep up with any sort of maneuver I do. We're just got to hope our team shows up. Guys, One of you 5, I don't really mind which, but take your time. Look, we have another MS410 who seems to be getting to grips with the controls, and oh great, here comes the parade. Can I at least take out the Wildcat, baby? Yes! I got him with my last cannon round, apparently. We actually took out a major threat there. We are still alive. Oh, and the engine overheats on this thing pretty badly as well. You haven't really seen it happen yet because I've been pretty good with my engine management. But just know, it does happen. It does happen. Oh, God. I shouldn't be going head-on. I don't have any cannon ammunition left. That is an Airacobra, which is also not a great plane in World War II, but I would definitely rather it over this. I mean, look, we're almost stalling already. Not the best at energy retention, this plane, at all. Come on. More than just hits. More than just hits. Okay. Hits is all we're going to get with these guns. Like I said, not particularly lethal, but hey, we got the kill. We actually got the kill. Are you seriously saying I'm going to do well, or the best, in the French aircraft? That can't be right. That can't be right. But it seems to be true so far. I say we fight on until we're out of ammo. Otherwise, we're kind of wasting our potential here. Okay, the P400. Another P400. Tickle him to death. Oh, wow. Okay, these machine guns can do damage when they want to. Not mad. Oh, you can see my engine's overheating already. Okay, that's fun. And we're not going particularly fast. C200. I was kind of hoping there'd be an Italian plane on this list, but there really kind of isn't, to be honest. I mean, the Italians had terrible tanks. Their planes were okay, though. Whoa, is that an... It's an ace in the MS410. Holy moly, what? That is not meant to happen. I kid you not. That is not meant to happen. Okay, just in a leisurely cruise back to base, our engine really was starting to cook itself, so I've had to dial back the throttle. We've only now recently increased it to 100 again. But that just kind of goes to show, even when flying fairly normally, yeah, the MS410, it really just feels like a plane that doesn't want to fly at all. For reference, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on. There's a couple of Soviet bombers still alive, and that's about it for now. That's cool, I guess. I might have to actually extend the list, you know. I can think of some other bad World War II fighters. We'll just have to wrap up this game first. We have found an plane, and we are going to go show him what for before we choose up our BF-109 friend down there. Now, you're going to see the epic dive performance of the MS410. I can't actually remember what its actual top speed is. 296. It doesn't even break 300 miles an hour in level flight. But we're not in level flight. We are in divey flight. And now we're going to try and jump him. Or he will just crash into the ground and waste my... just waste all my time. Luckily, though, there is another Russian bomber who has also just crashed into the ground. Okay, on to the next plane then. I'm happy with an ace. In this particularly small game, we have the P400, a version of the Airacobra. The main difference is that it has the 20mm rather than the 37. I don't really know why they called it the P400, but hey, it was a plane that was so good that the pilots usually referred to it as a P40 with a 0 on its tail, which is, yeah, that kind of summed up its specific experience. And in-game, it's okay. I don't mind the Airacobras. At least they are pretty to look at, unlike the last plane we looked at. But this one, I've never really played a whole lot. I have played it a little bit. I spaded it. But, yeah, the lack of ammo, again, only 60 rounds. But at least it is actually fast, once it gets going, at least. It also has an overheating problem. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Watch how much 20mm ammo we'll have after we defeat the Stuka. And that will kind of sum up one of its problems. In real life, the problems were different, but we're talking about in-game here. Oh, there you go. That was actually quite quick. That was pretty deadly. I mean, these guns are a lot more potent than the ones you see on the French planes, so that's nice. The 30 cals do actually do damage, and the 20mm is pretty good. There's nothing more to say about it. It's a better package than the previous aircraft, but still not necessarily good in real life. The main problems were didn't perform at higher altitude particularly well, had overheating problems. The pilots didn't trust it because the engine was behind the cockpit rather than in front, and people didn't like sitting on a propeller shaft, I guess. And, well, like most planes in the Pacific, in the first year of World War II, they were kind of just food for all the Zeros. So, yeah, the Airacobras, particularly the P400s, they were not too fond of fighting the old Zeros. Luckily, that's not what we're doing today, and that's probably why we are doing quite well. So, well, we've got a kill. Hopefully, we're about to get 2 on this FC-20 Bis, an Italian thing. Heavy fighter, I think. Oh, we actually get 50 cows as well. Oh my god. He's got a lucky fuel fire on us. That's not good. Okay, let's got to wrap this up quickly. I had no idea this got 2 50 cows as well as 30 cows. Okay, can I actually get him before we die, though, please? I will bring you down. All of our guns are jamming. Oh, yes, that's good. That's what we want. It's actually warning me to put the gear down. I don't think that's going to save us, but, where am I supposed to land? Why do you want me to put the gear down, game? Okay, well, at least we took him down. That's great. But he kind of took us down with an unfortunate fuel fire and into a tree. Well, on to the next plane. And the last plane we're looking at is the MiG-3, specifically the MiG-315BK. But any of the MiG-3s will do. Again, another plane that did see some success in very limited occasions in World War II in the hands of the Russians. Again, probably down to the skill of pilots, not the quality of the MiG-3. The MiG-3 is at least very fast. It's built more as an inceptor rather than a straight-up fighter. But again, it suffers from the same problems as the Lag-3. It is somewhat underpowered. It's a little bit too heavy, I would say. It doesn't really turn at all. And in real life, had very poor build quality. You had a high chance that your plane would just fall apart before you actually arrived at the battlefield. In fact, I've seen a video of one of these at an air show, and midway through the display, one of the wheels just drops down while it's flying about, which kind of just sums up the MiG-3 in general. But we're going to give it a go. We're at what this battle rating, let's call interceptor height, and holy crap, these guns do a lot of damage. Let's hope that wasn't a fluke. Yeah, so out of the, performance-wise, the MiG-3 is probably the best of the bunch in game. Some would argue the Finnish Buffalo, but we're playing the US Buffalo because the Finns were actually quite successful with theirs. But the MiG-3 is probably the one I'd look forward to playing the most. Oh, that was juicy. That's very juicy indeed. I do like the P400, but I would rather be in a P39. So MiG-3 it is. Can it do the best, though? We currently have 2 kills, which is not bad. And I nearly just squandered my opportunity there. We've taken some pretty big damage. Oh my god, there's Corsairs. The fact there are Corsairs at this battle rating. Why? I mean, American aircraft tend to be under-tiered in this game, but a Corsair? That is insane. That is so close to a Buffalo's battle rating. Also, I'm pretty sure all the planes featured in this video have been 2.3. Which... Oh, okay. There you go. We'll take that. Ow. These 109s. They're going to be the death of me. Just like they were in the first game we played. Oh. Come on, Hurricane. Get him. Get him. Ow. Thank you. I'm hoping that Hurricane's going to get him. Anytime today, buddy. Anytime today, buddy. It's a Russian plane. They're not... Well, they are unintentionally famous for their durability, but that's not how they're built, I promise you. Buddy, get him. Get him. Thank you. Finally. Are we good? I think we're in the clear. Thank God. We've taken an awful lot of punishment, though. This is not ideal. Who do I start with? I'm too slow to get him. We'll try the ME-110. We might get an assist on that. Okay, we'll go for the KI-43. That's not going to work out with 2 damage to sufficiently chase him down. Little top tip from me, by the way. If you are, if you're playing an air realistic battle and it's looking like you're not going to be able to do much about the last guy alive, feel free to help yourself to the ground targets. It's a nice way to farm some points, just as a little bit of bonus rather than just flying around aimlessly. Like, I'm probably not going to catch that Airacobra before one of those guys do. So, I'm just going to help myself to some of the free points on the ground. A couple freebies on the way home, though. Don't mind if I do. Try not to crash into the floor. And now we're going to return to base. So there you go, playing some of the worst fighters of World War II in War Thunder. It turns out not all of them are that bad in game, although I think I'd rather steer clear of the French one at the very least. This was really fun to play. It's something that you don't see a lot of YouTubers doing with War Thunder. They tend to just play the flat out worst vehicle rather than the worst vehicle in history. So yeah, this was a nice change of pace, I've got to say. In future I might do a worst tanks video because that could be fun. But honestly, looking at it now, I'm thinking of the tanks and I imagine it'll be a lot less fun than this one is. You know, playing some of those early Italian and early French tanks. Ooh, lucky me. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, then make sure to hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. Comment down below, subscribe for more. Check out other videos on the channel and hit the bell to stay notified. Reminder to join the Discord and join our Minecraft server. And that's all I've got for today, so I'll catch you all in the next one.